Coming up next is a bunch of meaningless opinions coming from people you could care less about. Here is The Scoop.
Hey, this is The Scoop, the show where we discuss hot topics and put in our 2 cents.
I'm Gabe. And I'm Barbara.
And you can call me Seymour, I suppose.
And we have a special guest with us today. My grandfather, Louie.
Guest? Where?
It's that guy in the corner. You've seen him.
Wait, that's a person? Dear Lord, who let him out the crib?
Come on, be nice.
Jeez, I thought I was no spring chicken.
Anyways, let's get into our first topic.
We have a recent surge of unorthodox funerals.
Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, apparently our baby boomers are dropping like flies, leaving their entitled millennial children to bury them.
Looking at the article, there's now stirring controversy whether or not people should be able to plan a funeral if their parent drops unexpectedly.
Oh my!
Yes, apparently in South Carolina, there was an incident of a funeral where in the middle of the service, the song Pop Goes the Weasel suddenly blared throughout the home.
What are they gonna do about this?
Well, after the incidents where an open casket wake involving the corpse being wheeled around on Roomba vacuums, the government is considering making funeral arrangements mandatory before people die.
Going off of that, the government is issuing a mandate that every single living person must immediately plan their funeral before death. Otherwise, they will be dropped into a designated body river to help rebuild the destroyed ecosystem.
Oh wow. Reading further, a closed casket wake in Wyoming went horribly wrong after discovering that the deceased family member's corpse was missing from the casket after a mystery meat dinner.
Sounds pretty irresponsible to me.
Hey, let's ask Louie.
Louie.
No. You gotta give it some force, like this. Louie! Louie! What is it? See? Hey, Louie! How do you want your funeral to go?
Oh, he's not gonna know.
Come on, he's retired. That's all they think about.
You know, I want to donate my body to the schools.
The schools?
Yes, due to the new budget cuts to our school system, they are getting desperate to finding something to feed the children. They're taking cadaver donations now.
So now they're going with human corpses?
It's nothing new, it's just that the FDA requires them to be open about it now.
Why would you want to do that?
I want my legacy to live on in our youth.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that.
Okay, so moving on to our next topic.
It appears that the apocalypse has finally begun.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I went down to the mall yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And man, it was bad. Something straight out of an obscure low-budget 80s horror movie. Granted less mullets, but my point still stands. I just about dropped trow and booked it right out of there.
What did they look like?
Jeez, they were slack-jawed, slouched, slow-moving, constantly attached to some sort of electronic stimuli.
Wait, you mean teenagers?
Is that what you call them now?
Unfortunately, I agree. It all changes as soon as they hit 13. I've seen it many a times in my day. That's why once my son Elijah turned 12, I sent him right to the incubator. He's been in there ever since.
Wait a second, you have a son?
Why, yes.
Since when?
Well, since I popped him into this world about 35 years ago.
30?
Wait a second, you're a woman?
Hey, don't judge. You know chain smoking doesn't do any favors, nor is the fact that your femininity fades as you age along with all your hopes and aspirations. You know, man, woman, it doesn't matter after age 45. They're all the same.
Well, at least you were able to have kids.
What do you mean?
Maybe it's all the growing up with Star Trek and Magic the Gathering that my dad warned me about, but I now have this condition where I actually physically repel women. It's called ultimatum virginitis.
Well, I'm sitting at the far side of the studio for a reason, you know. It doesn't matter how much menopause I go through either. Just something about you is just you.
Okay, let's get back on topic. It appears there's obviously a serious screen addiction among our youth.
Oh, you bet. That's why I was hesitant to have kids. Elijah is even lucky to be born.
Why is that?
Well, nowadays, when you don't want to become pregnant, you just go to the medicine cabinet and pop a few pills. Back then, it was a lot different. We wouldn't go to the medicine cabinet. Oh, no. Once the test results came back, we'd just go and fish around in the closet a little bit and see what we could come up with. After a while, you get a bit sick of it and run out of coat hangers. So it's like, why not? And so then, Elijah was born.
How does Grandpa Louie feel about the whole thing?
Let's ask him. Hey, Louie! What? What was it like in the good old days? Before all this technology?
Oh, those were the good old days. I remember when fire was first discovered. Things just went uphill from there, you know? I remember having a drink with Ptolemy once, just discussing it. Man, I asked him, what's next? They'll think we're orbiting the sun or something like that. Then you know, years go by and what do you know?
How old are you?
Well, my grandfather was still completing evolution.
That explains it.
Going into our final topic, there's been an ongoing issue among our college campuses. Now, it is unknown who or why these people are doing what they are, but apparently campuses have been reporting a recent surge of the quote-unquote booger bandit who has been leaving, well, boogers on walls.
That's just,
Okay.
Okay.
Any further comments?
The school system at its finest.
Well, with that, it's time we end our humble show.
Thank you for tuning in to our humble podcast, where we give you the inside scoop of the most interesting news today. I'm Seymour.
I'm Gabe.
And I'm Barbara. And we will see you next time.
Tune in next time for more craziness.